afternoon, everybody. My name is Crystal. It's my birthday next week. I'm 56. 56. Yeah, ancient. So, good afternoon, everybody. It is a Saturday. I'm here in my flat. I've got no noise from upstairs at all. Good afternoon. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 2:53 p.m.
So had my dad, Derek, been alive, he would have been 79 years old. He would have been getting on for 80. But he died on the 25th of August 2021 of a sudden death. A sudden death is when someone dies suddenly, without warning. And my dad died at his address at Durrell Gardens, in front of my mother Jennifer. I wasn't there. So don't keep calling me Derek or Del. I'm Genestra or Crystal. Okay? So if you're trying to punish Derek for something, he's dead already. So, everybody, I take my dog Max out for a walk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And no exception today. No exception. So, just after 2, I've got Max on the lead. And the buzzer rings. You know, I'll show you. I think you've seen it before. There, the intercom. You pick this up, and this is where you let people in. You see them on this screen here, and if you don't recognise the person, you don't let them in, right? Right? So someone rang this at 2 o'clock. I answered it. Foreign chap. I have a parcel for Genestra. Not Jennifer, Genestra. I've got a parcel for Genestra, he said. So he left it on the communal floor. And I went downstairs to get my parcel. My parcel. It's got Yodel on it. Delivered by Yodel. Yodel. I ordered a pair of, it's come from Feltham, by the way. Feltham. 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 Well, if you knew what my dad was, then you would understand the joke. Feltham. Anyway, guys, I ordered a pair of pumpkin slippers. Nice, you know, out of Halloween, the film with Jamie Lee Curtis in. And I fucking love that film with Jamie Lee Curtis. Halloween. It's one of my favourite horror films of all time. Right? Bear in mind that I didn't bump into him. I saw that Charlie character. Charlie's 61. He's bald and he's got no teeth. Bless him. And he was wandering around the field talking to everybody on the field. And he was talking to a man in a pink jumper. A man in a pink jumper. So we're going to come on to going round the field this afternoon after Charlie was on the field this morning. But I ordered a pair of ladies size 7 pumpkin Halloween slippers. Look what I've been sent. I mean, I'm going to keep these. I think they're great. I think they're great. I think they're great. They're not pumpkins. They're skulls with a crown on. They're skulls, pink skulls with a crown on. Well, it's a pink skull. I would imagine it's a skull of a woman. Was that supposed to be a princess skull with a crown on it? Is that what it's supposed to mean? These are made in China. Made in China. They're supposed to be a size 7. Yep, they'll fit my feet okay. So I've got no Barclays Bank card in the post. My bank card hasn't come, but I've got a pair of these. Woo! So the horror theme continues. Trying to scare the shit out of Crystal continues. But I like these. I think they're kind of cute. I'm going to wear them. So in my next video, I'll put them on and wear them. That's supposed to be my birthday present, is it? They weren't supposed to come till near Halloween, actually, and they were supposed to be Halloween skulls like the pumpkin out of Halloween film. So let's go on to the walk. I opened those up, actually, before I went for a walk, but it didn't stop me going outside. No. So let's tell you my walk. So I walks out of the front of the flats and somebody slams their door shut. You know, when I go up to see my mum, sometimes she shuts the French doors shut. I've spoken to my mum today, by the way. I've had about a 30-minute conversation with my mother over the phone whilst I was walking around the field. So I goes out of my flat and I don't know whether it was a man or a woman, but I heard a door slam really violently, you know, like that. So I walks over the road and I walks up Corey's Road, where I live, Corey's Road, and I gets myself onto the field and there's some stinky perfume, stinky, it's really smelly, a vile scenting perfume in the hallway downstairs, and it's made me get sinusitis. They try and stop you going outside, and one of their tactics is to make you feel unwell, sick. So there's some really foul smelling perfume downstairs in the hallway, and I had a headache this morning and my eyes were watering, and it makes my face itch as well. I don't know what they're wearing, but it's really smelly and it's vile. So I walked through that. I haven't got COPD. No, my dad had it. It's nasty, you can't breathe and strong smells make it worse. So I walked onto the field with my eyes watering. A lot of people use it to cover up the stench of drugs. That and incense sticks. They will use strong smelling scents to cover up the drug use. So you'll find that it smells strongly of perfume in this place. And when the scent of the perfume is gone, you can smell the cannabis underneath. So one of their tactics to cover up drug use is to use perfume or light incense sticks to cover up the smell. But a trained police officer would instantly know what cannabis smells like anyway, and what they use to cover drug smell up. Because they came to my address in Gloucestershire, and the next door neighbours were covering up drugs with incense sticks. They had a frog incense stick container and they were lighting it outside their flat to hide the smell of drugs. And the police said the police said we came into the building and we know their tricks. That was in Gloucestershire years and years ago. So I got onto the field, and Charlie had been on there this morning. He wears a black bucket hat, but today he didn't have his hat on. He wears a black bucket hat. And he was talking to a man in a pink jumper. I've put it in my journal. And it doesn't take long for people to rifle through my belongings and read the diary. So I was on the field about 10 minutes, and out they come. Out they come. You know, the weebles. The nobodies that have got to follow me around the field and be stupid. Doesn't take long for it to happen. So basically there was a woman with a bucket hat on her head in a pink jumper walking away from me. A woman in a bucket hat, old woman, in a bucket hat, in a pink like jumper. She turned around and looked at me, and then she wandered off. Because they read the diary, they read it, what I've written. So before I'll tell you what I've written. And I wrote this before I went out on the field. So how the fucking hell could they know what I've written? I get Max ready and brace myself for more shit on a shovel. Evil cunts. So I go out the back because I'm being barked at by a dog on the balcony at the front. I go round the bottom way, nice scenery. Someone barks, woof. What a complete tosspot. What a sad world we live in. They need a head doctor. I carry on walking. The only dogs are them, hiding behind their blinds, complete chickens, a woman with a kid in a pram and a grey-haired bloke, and a man walking with Costa coffee cups in his hands. So I get myself onto the field, and there he is, Charlie, my stalker, walking with his white dog. I just walked away from him. He spoke to a man and he went. I kept calm and I began to walk home. No problems. It just made me feel horrible because it keeps making me remember what that horrible man did to me. And you know, if he's after a woman, right, you know, that is good looking, young, why is he following me about? What's he following me about for? I came back into my flat and tried to occupy myself. So he was in fact talking to a man in a pink jumper. So just leave me alone. You know, if you feel the need to stalk somebody, can you stalk somebody else? Because I don't bother you. I don't go around where you are and take my dog and walk it around where you live. I'm not interested in you. I couldn't care less who you are, what you're doing, or anything about you. So just leave me alone. If you want to take the piss out of me, I get enough people doing that without you fucking joining in, mate. Have you not got anything to do with your life? Seriously.